Okay, today is October 29th, 2019, and right now we've got relative humidity of about 22%. We've got manufactured Santa Ana winds expected later tonight, and that will come from high pressure that is being installed right here in this area. This is the jet stream, by the way, wrapping around that low. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that jet stream map right now, which is right here. And we can see that jet stream is diving down right over the northwest and through California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. All right, so once again, the western U.S. water vapor loop. We have high winds scheduled for tonight in the northern, central, and southern California areas. And this is going to be kind of a rerun of what we saw a couple of days ago. 2 days ago, we had a low pressure that dived right down through these states right here on the west coast, and there was a high following that low, just like what we're seeing here. We can see the high pressure being installed. This is the water vapor map, and of course, looking at the scale here, we can determine what's going on here. We have this black area opening up. That's a dry area. The drier it gets, the more tan it gets. Following the key down here, the color key right down here, the scale. All right, so we've got high winds scheduled for tonight. They're supposedly going to be around maybe 70 miles an hour up in the mountain areas. So that means that we will probably have fires. It's just about a given these days that we have fire anytime we have wind. And it didn't used to be that way. I have grown up in this area my whole life, many decades, and I can tell you that what we're seeing here, this is an orchestrated weather event. I hate calling it an event. This is manufactured climate control. This is not climate change. Climate change is a misnomer. We're witnessing climate control, and the fact that the mainstream fake news is ignoring this evidence and instead showing the cartoon versions of the weather maps really tells us a lot. It tells us what their agenda is, who they're working with, and a lot of other things. All right, so there it is. We can see the high pressure going in. We've got, let's look at the pressure maps here real quick. We have the 500, or rather the surface map. We can see a low right here over Arizona and New Mexico. We've got high pressure out here in this area over the Pacific. And we have a lot of squiggly isobars. That's the manipulation going on, atmospheric manipulation to create high and low pressure. Now, looking at the 500 millibar, we see that jet stream flow around that low pressure system. We actually have two lows. We've got a closed low up here and a low right here over Idaho. As this swings down, the high pressure will follow it. And of course, the high is always positioned on the west side, which will direct the wind to the south. We've got a clockwise descending air on this side. On the west side, we have counterclockwise motion on this side here on the low side. And of course, that will generate the southbound wind right into Nevada and California. All right, that's the 500 map. Let's look at the 300 millibar map, and we see these the isobars here are very, very closely spaced, and that means there is a very large pressure gradient, and so this is what's going to cause the strong wind, and it's probably blowing already in Nevada based on this map. You can see a low out here, and we have high pressure, and we have another low out just right north of the Hawaiian Islands. Okay. Looking at the big map, we have, you can see a dry low right here just off of California, spinning counterclockwise. This is a dry low. We have high pressure installed right on top of that low, which is preventing the development and the condensation we would normally see in a vortex, a low pressure vortex. Now, the high pressure being installed right in this area is redirecting all this tropical moisture. We can see a low starting to develop right here. All this will be moved into Mexico, people in Mexico, Baja, will see the heavy aerosol spraying to prevent the precipitation. Now, looking at the Doppler map, we can see that there is no precipitation anywhere on the west coast, or down in Mexico for that matter. So zero precipitation on the west. We see a lot of heavy thunderstorms down in Georgia, South Carolina, and portions of Florida, the Panhandle, over in Louisiana, eastern Texas, Oklahoma, and all that. So there it is. This is going to be just a short report today. And the big news is the wind that is being manufactured. So watch for the fires. Sure as hell, we're going to see fires. I can just guarantee you. This is a coordinated effort, and we see that high pressure going in right there, right on top of the jet stream. So the stooges on TV, these traitors that are reporting the weather, they call themselves meteorologists. It's unbelievable that these people, when they look at these maps, they must know what's going on. In other words, they must be looking at these NOAA maps. They have to. And of course, there it is. There's the evidence. And we'll see what happens. We'll do a follow-up report probably in the morning. Okay, that's it.